American Embassy eri wano, Mukwaye Hospital yiyo, Joint Medical yiino etuli wano, kwe nga tukyagenda mu maaso. N'olwekyo njagala abavubuka mbalaba abaana baffe wano. Yonna gye muvudde mukulikireyo ddala era mwebale. Njagala mugende mu maaso, kino ekibiina mukitwale mu maaso, temuddirira. Mugende mu maaso. Mwe maanyi gaffe. Mwe maanyi gaffe, fe emyaka giigyo gigenze. Naye bwe tubalaba nga mutaddemu amaanyi, tulaba nga naffe ddala ddala nga kyekyo. Era mutabani wange oyo mumulaba. Awulira. Bamugamba ayita wano. Ebintu abikwata mpola. Kyova olaba era tumusabira goals ze zagoberera zigende mu maaso. Era ffe mu Embassy Zone tuli bawagizi nnyo. Tuwagirira ddala ekintu kitambule kigende mu maaso. Abaana ddala ndi ku mmwe. Ffe tubagaidinga nti mukole kino mukole kino, twagala mutuwulirize nnyo. For example, waliwo abaana abamu abatawulira. Oyinza omugamba ayita wano, ye agamba oba kano batuyita nakazende. Kano akazende kagamba biki? Nze kankole kino. Naye kasita mukwata mpola mpola mutuuka wala. Nze ndi mukyala munubbi. Naye omunubbi ow'e Kanungu district. Kubanga kitange yava oba Bombo n'adda wano emitale ekibuli Kakungulu zone gye yajja omukyala n'amutwala e Kanungu district. Nagenda okwekanga nga nzaaliddwe Kanungu district. Abanyakijazi muliyo? Muliyo n'abakiira n'abashemererwa mwebale kwija. Tugumizemu, tugende mu miisho, ebintu tubitwale tubigumishemu mu miisho, tutagaruke nyuma. Era Embassy Zone tuli bawagizi nnyo, n'olwekyo tetuddirira tugende mu maaso.
Everest, the chairperson organizing committee for this event, which is a get-together event for all friends of General MK across the board. I'm very sure that every part of the world is represented. At the same time, it is two events in one. Diaspora for General MK is launching its national coordination offices in Uganda, which I think and which I'm very sure that the chief guest of today will launch it officially. That is none other than Honorable Michael Mawanda, Chairman Muhoozi Kainerugaba. I would also love to extend my appreciation to all of you who have made it today for this occasion. It is not an easy moment to organize and make it happen, but it is by God's grace and with your commitment. Thank you very much. As the chairman organizing committee, before I give my remarks, this is the organizing committee which has made this happen. So without wasting time, I want to first appreciate you, and I appreciate your effort put in. I wouldn't do this alone as the chairman, but it is because of your effort and working together. Thank you very much. And I would appeal that you keep with this spirit till we achieve our organizational goal as Friends of MK. I would like to first repeat my names. I'm called Tashobia Everest. And for me, I'm not from abroad, but this is Diaspora for General MK in Uganda. It combines everyone who is in diaspora, and again, people who are lovers of MK operating in Uganda. So it is a together thing. So I would wish that one will come in during the interactions and discussions to engage other groups. So on my remarks, I want to first thank the His Excellency of this country, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the great work and peace that is offering to the country. I want to thank the government officials. I want to thank the general himself, that is none other than Muhoozi Kainerugaba, for their effort put in. As I speak, I know that I'm not yet sure, but if I'm not mistaken, even is not here in the country. He's just fighting abroad, trying to safeguard our continent. So you can see this is a great work that we as friends of him, of MK, when you find such kind of event happening and people are celebrating his achievements, you don't need to doubt. You must know what you're celebrating. We are not here for granted. We are here to celebrate his achievement and trying to forward him to become our president come 2026. I think that one you can give it a hand clap. Once again, I want to thank all the groups of MK, wherever they are, all the groups. Let it be Diaspora for General MK in Uganda, let it be Muhoozi Army, let it be Team Chairman, let it be Avengers, let it be Team Chubuka, let it be mention the great work you're doing towards mobilization of this organizational goal. It is really wonderful. I thank you. I cannot forget to do that. Thank you very much. Still under my opening remarks, I want to fully highlight to you why we are here. I have already told you that this is two events in one, which is a get-together event for all friends of MK, and at the same time, a launch of Diaspora for General MK National Coordination Offices, which we shall officially open today. We have come up with this kind of initiative to ease the work that we are doing, we as people who are doing mobilization. Because we cannot stop mobilizing on social media. That one cannot take us to what we want. We must reach on the grassroots, we reach on the people, we talk to them. I know all of you, you are diehards of MK, you are doing mobilization on social media, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, and everything. But that one, I don't think it's the right way we should do. I know it also takes us somewhere, but we need also to add some soup towards our mobilization. That's why we have come with this. How can we reach down to the grassroots, someone who is deep in the village to understand? Because majority of the Ugandans, they don't have smartphones to access those social medias you're using. So we need to look at the strategies, the avenues that we can go through to make sure that we make this happen, we as people who are mobilizing. So that's why I call upon all other groups. I call upon, but I think that one, the chief guest will also talk about it. I know that is what he has in his mind. However much I'm not an angel to foresee what he's thinking. But we have come with this to make sure that we make the mobilization so productive and so intact. Not shouting on social media, not doing whatever. Let's put something on the table. Let's put something on the table. I have, where I come from, I have many people who are lovers of Junior MK, but even they are not aware that we are doing mobilization. You see? Because they cannot access this, because they don't have smartphones to access social media. I know social media is one of the areas that you have to first capture, especially when you are doing mobilization. But as per now, I know we have already made like 3/4 of it using social media in mobilization. Now we need to look at the ground route, the ground avenues we can also do this. Because 2026 is not far from now. It's not far. It's not far. So you may look at that we have like 3 or 4 years, but it's not far. So now we need to make sure that we must be sensitive in whatever we are doing. So Diaspora for Junior MK, Stroke Uganda has come up with this to open up a national coordination offices. And these groups you're seeing, you people, you shouldn't think that you are going to keep on shouting that you're mobilizing for Junior MK. You have to be beneficiaries. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you need to go and beg money from him or from other people who are forwarding this. No. Make strategies. Work with NGOs, coordinate with them. Government organizations, they are there which can work with you to ease your mobilization. I know 75% of Ugandans, they are youth. And fortunately, we are the one forwarding this. You as a youth forwarding this, what do you want to gain? Is there anything you want to gain, or just you are simply being driven by pressure, influence, because I'm a supporter of MK and whatever? Put something on table as you're forwarding this. I don't know whether I'm speaking the point. Put something on table. It's not this cover of moving around, you know. Today there is an event in Rugogo, tomorrow there is an event in Entebbe, then you fight for cards, you do whatever. Even when you come back, you sleep hungry, you don't even have something you have. You cannot think that however much I'm in these parties, but I have to think for my future. Think. Look at yourself. Don't be influenced by this pressure, this wind that is blowing. It is really good because we are the one forwarding it. But as you are forwarding it, what do you have in mind? What do you have in mind? So, comrades, members, and colleagues, please, let's become constructive and objective. We need to look at the areas, we need to look at the avenues, we need to look at the structures that we can put on ground to make this happen. Because however much MK comes to be our president, and yet we are yearning down, it will also not give him peace. But let him work with people who are constructive in mind. Let him do it. He will be able, and he will not have a big burden. Finding youth getting involved in any act of violence, rioting on the streets, doing whatever. No, that one will not give him peace. He will not even enjoy his seat as a president. So let us engage him as we are mobilizing for him. Let us engage him constructively and productively. And I call upon the groups, all the MK groups across the board. As I speak, we are having a Zoom meeting which is going on. People who are in diaspora, they are with us sharing what we are doing here. I think the technician is working on it. They are already on air with us. So you people who are abroad, I would say that what we are doing on ground is what we want to do on ground at that site. We have got Ugandans who are there, and that's why we are doing this. We want to do mobilization in a constructive way, not in a Rwamshakod way, if I may say. Do something, put something on ground, mobilize your fellows, so that we can spearhead this organizational goal. It is not an easy thing to mobilize you people, but it sounds cheap in our ears and in our teeth. But in actual sense, it's not easy. You cannot mobilize. You see the people who are here. This is something good if you can see them. That's why I thank people who have mobilized these members to come. You call a meeting like this that we want to share ideas and views, but 2 people come. That means you are a failure in mobilizing. So that's why I thank all of you who have made it for today to come and hear from what we are going to share from here. I don't want to use a lot of time. I think if I can end my remarks in a nutshell, I would say thank you very much, and thank you for loving Geno. This is something. It is a revolution It is a generation that leaves no one behind. You have to know that. If you are there and you're moving with this, you are looking at this generation moving and you are behind, just know that you don't know what you're doing. It is a generation cause that leaves no one behind. MK is our life as youth. With those remarks, I thank you very much. But I will speak in time to come. I think the program I have where I will speak. But as per now, thank you very much for making it today. And I would urge you, let's share ideas. By the time when we leave here, we go when we are clean. Thank you very much. This is not an event where we have come to eat, to drink, and go. No. It's an event where we're going to share ideas and we get the resolutions. Thank you very much.
Welcome you to this general meeting of the Diaspora for General Muhoozi. It is a source of pride for us members of the Diaspora to receive you, our guests and well-wishers, to this event organized around a generational cause. You bring to this event immense courage, experience, skills, wisdom, and the knowledge that is needed to shape the political culture of this country. The Diaspora for General MK, like it was stated earlier, is a pressure group of the National Resistance Movement comprising members in the diaspora, members who were once in the diaspora but are currently living in Uganda, then members who have never gone to the diaspora but they would wish to associate with and work with the members in the diaspora towards furthering the cause of national transformation. The group rallies its inspiration from the relentless and great service of General MK to the National Army and to the country in general, and wishes to further the aspirations of the co-founders or the pillars of the national resistance movement that is centered around the key ideologies of Pan-Africanism, democracy, socio-economic transformation, and patriotism. So today we have gathered here as Ugandans from all walks of life to, in a long way, establish a generational shift in the leadership of this country. So we have gathered here specifically, one is to open our national office, which is going to be coordinating the different structures that we have established with some yet to be established. Then two, we have also gathered here to interact amongst ourselves, get to know what we do, get to know our aspirations, get to know what we do for a living, and what we bring together towards furthering our common aim. Then we have also gathered here to stimulate discussions around how to sustain membership, how to support individual and group efforts towards economic development, political development, and changing the cultural terrain of the land. Ladies and gentlemen, like it was provided before, I should expound further on the historical background of the Diaspora for General Muhoozi. The diaspora was started by a group of Ugandans who saw the need, one, to contribute towards improving the image of the country, because the image was getting dented by a group of Ugandans who were living in the diaspora, who attribute their presence in the diaspora to political persecution by the national resistance movement, which is entirely untrue. So the group came together, one, to rally the diaspora towards cleaning the image of the country, two, to channel diaspora voice towards the cause of transforming the country, three, to participate in local development towards nation building. And that is the basis why we're here. I should say the group was founded in 2020. So over time, membership has also grown. At an appropriate time, I will be communicating to you the size of our membership. But objectively, the group was founded to further a number of things. Among others, one is to mobilize youth and women countrywide to join the cause of fostering a generational change. One of the things that we're going to do is to brand and market the Muhoozi image. In this country, I have a background in political science. and my interest is political strategy and communication. In this country, from independence, there have been 6 pillars determining every change. 1, the military. 2, families of former national leaders. 3, cultural and traditional leaders. 4, academics and academicians, to mention but a few. Our leader is already grounded within the military. But how do we bring others on board? That will call for well-sustained political strategy that will market him across the broad pillars that hold together the Ugandan society. And that is the journey we are on. Next is, we want to work together to mobilize youth and women to embrace, and not only embrace, promote government programs. A case in point is the parish development model, around which 30% of the funding is going towards youth groups. So we have to rally the youth to embrace government programs, specifically agriculture-led programs, then also to support youth who are in school by providing scholarship opportunities, providing job opportunities. We already have a WhatsApp group for the diaspora. Within the membership, we have professionals, we have human resource specialists. On specific days of the week, we are going to be posting jobs and scholarships, and we shall be working with the human resource specialists in the group to teach the youth or guide them on how to write professional CVs, how to write a resume, how to write an application, how to respond to interview questions, such that in as much as we are furthering our efforts around the generational cause, we have a group that we are supporting to be strong economically. That is what we're doing as a group. Then also, we are considering having a SACCO or cooperative that will be the economic arm of these of the Diaspora for General MK. Because we have individual and group challenges that we confront. So we want a SACCO to be in place such that if we have an event like this, we have resources readily available to support. 2, a member may lose a relative or something like that, or we may think of visiting a baby's home and making contribution. So we can pull resources from the fund that we will have developed to support the cause. So that is our objective around that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a number of things that we are thinking of, but key to note is the fact that we are also thinking of taking government closer to the people by involving the youth to participate in the political processes of the country meaningfully. Today, youth only voice their concerns through the National Youth Council structure and the youth members of parliament. But the structure is not enough. We need to create platforms through which the youth can meaningfully engage the elderly. Today, young people in their 14 to 30 do not see eye to eye with their elders. That mentality we have to change. We have to make the youth begin to look at elders as their source of inspiration, as those they should learn from, as the pillar that they should.
I'm called the Tashobia Evarist, organizing committee of this event, a get-together event of Diaspora for General MK Uganda. We have organized this event, call all other friends of General MK, everyone, whoever is a friend of General MK, to come and be part of this. At the same time, this is a 2 event in 1, which we have organized as Diaspora for General MK, whereby we are celebrating the achievements of General MK as friends of General MK, and at the same time, we are launching the national coordination offices for Diaspora for General MK in Uganda, Kampala, Uganda. So we are very happy and we are very much pleased to find that we have made this day happen, and we are very grateful for what has been happening. You can see the crowd here. These are all friends of General MK. They are all supporters of MK, and they are the youth who are coming up to advocate General MK for presidency. I thank you. Well, now that is a good question. The reason why we have gathered here is that we want to bring the mobilization system on ground, not find that it is being done on social media, because it won't help us. It will help us, but on a less extent. So we want to pull it from there and bring it on the grassroots, whereby we are going to engage every youth who is deep in the village, everyone who is on ground, who cannot access social media. That's why we have to do this. So I call upon all the counterparts, all the groups of MK, mention team chairman, mention Muhoozi Army, mention Avengers, everything, every kind of people who are supporting MK, that we should now look at the strategies and the right avenues on how we can bring this mobilization on the grassroots, to the local people and to the wananchi or to the civilian. Yeah, we also talked about bringing this much beneficial to everyone, especially the youth, whereby we need to come up with the NGOs, we partner with them, we set up the projects whereby we can engage the NGOs, non-government organizations, and also the government programs, so that we as youth, as we are forwarding this, we should also be the beneficiaries. We have to work this constructively and productively. Let us not keep shouting, let us not keep forwarding this when we are not benefiting. We are not in a wind move. We are in something whereby we have to be strategic and constructive in everything that we are doing. So I would call upon all the groups, I call upon all the youth who are supporting MK and who are forwarding this, to be constructive and begin to bring this, and they form circles, they do whatever they are supposed to do, so that they can bring all system in one phase, and then we see how we can do it. Because if we engage with government programs and NGOs, that's when we are going to benefit. Talk about the parish model, talk about everything. Use livelihood funds. They are there waiting, but people cannot appreciate people who are to be beneficiaries. So we as youth, as we are forwarding this, as we are forwarding MK as our president, we must be protective such that we don't give him headache when he comes to be a president.